Welcome back to the Silver Lining, where it's no filler, no fluff. We just keep it a buck. And today we're going to be talking about Jay Z. Jay Z has some comments about if battles never, he wish battles never happened. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about if Jay Z has a point. We'll also talk about the new J. Cole. Got the crew with me in the building. What's going on? What's going on, people? What's going on, Stan?
What's up, bro? How you?
Maintaining, man.
I'm
Cause we
good.
got, cause we got Kurt in the building. What's going on, brother?
Ain't shit, man. Big towel. I got this big ass towel on my head. I'm getting my hair done in about an hour. Don't judge me. But let's get into this.
All right. I'm gonna play what Jay Z said, just so we have a point of reference, and we'll just gotta go from there.
Love the excitement, and I love the sparring and the music you get. But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now people that like Kendrick hate Drake,
Yeah.
no matter what he makes, no matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing and it's like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
And now you have these pods of cult.
The Stan armies.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, and it's like it's too far.
yeah.
It's like bringing people kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't like that. Maybe I've grown in a space that is probably, I sound like the old guy wagging the thing. But I think we can achieve the same thing as far as like sparring with music, with collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing. And, you had the battle and it was fun and then you moved on.
Right.
Right now, I don't know if it could stand it with the technology that we have.
Because it takes up so much oxygen.
It takes up so much oxygen.
Yeah.
And now it's just like every day they're just trying
Like they're
to
still
take,
talking about it.
it's not just talking about it. Not like, yo, this song I like this.
Yeah.
It's like trying to tear down the people's life.
Yeah.
It's like trying to, wreck this guy's marriage or this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting. A personal thing that you chose.
All right. Stan, what your reaction to that?
First of all, it's great to hear from him because he doesn't do these fucking things often, and he doesn't speak that much because his life is just in a different space than what it was. A lot of people when Jay-Z talks, a lot of it matters. And he's one of the few, if not one of the only dudes in the culture that still matters like that. A lot of these people are interchangeable. They don't fucking matter. They're just here today, gone tomorrow. Jay's been around for 30 fucking years. So it's good to hear from him. He's 100% right. Social media has basically destroyed damn near every aspect of life that we used to love. Social media has destroyed it because what it has done is it has given a microphone to people who I don't need to ever hear from. People who don't need to be heard from. Everybody got an opinion. And everybody shares it whether or not they're intelligent or not. What this shit has done is it created a toxic environment and split the culture and split the fans into Kendrick and Drake people. We have dealt with that as well. Have made some comments about Kendrick, and the K-bots have attacked the boards. Calling me delusional because I said there's no big three. Because I said there's no more big three, just J. Cole and the rest of them. Because God forbid I say something bad about Kendrick Lamar as if he's like the fucking god of hip hop. He's not. He's just a nigga that raps in the culture that put out 2 very mediocre projects over the last 5 or 6 years. So,
Ooh,
but the fact is that the stand armies, as it was mentioned there, have become more prevalent now than what they were 20 years ago. And you've seen that with Nicki Minaj, you've seen that with Meg Thee Stallion, you've seen that with all these people who now have these armies of people who will fight to the death for. And again, we had a little bit of this back in the day with the Tupac people, the Tupac apocalypse, as I used to call them. These people who would go around and swear on their firstborn that Tupac was still alive. And I used to sit back and wonder if these people again, if these people, like the people who support the president, have some sort of a brain injury or brain damage or something, because it was delusional. It was silly. But he's absolutely right. It doesn't need to be part of the culture anymore because it doesn't help the culture. It doesn't push it forward now. Now it's just like we all sat back and we all laughed and giggled, when Kendrick dropped those songs and Drake dropped those songs, and these niggas are now attacking each other's personal lives, attacking each other's characters. And it's like 25 years ago, 30, whatever, all these years back, it was one thing. We all young guys. We were all young then, so we ain't know no better. So yeah, it was cool watching these Jay-Z and Nas try to tear each other down, go at each other's throats. It was cool. Now it's just not to me. It's just not that interesting to me. I don't have much interest in it because it doesn't push the culture forward. I mean, the byproduct of Kendrick and Drake's deal, which again is the main example people use because it's the most recent one, but it was also the most toxic one.
facts.
And it just was toxic, man. It didn't push. It was, again, we all sat back and laughed and giggled while Kendrick Lamar called this another black man a fucking pedophile and tried to tear this man down. And Drake going back and trying to basically say, "Oh yeah, Kendrick, you and your girl ain't never getting married," and all this other shit. And it's like, fuck, man. This is where we're at now with this, where it's like we're tearing each other down. It's like tearing each other down. There's enough outside forces right now in the world trying to tear us down, our culture down, our way of life, our history down. We don't need to be doing that shit to each other. At this point, I'm just over it. Again, Jay's speaking from the perspective of a 57-year-old dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Not the 25-year-old dude, not jigging with the rolling in the vest, as Nipsey once said. That's not him anymore. And I think for people and for a lot of us, we're still stuck in the 90s. We're still stuck in that time frame. And we
That
got to
nostalgic
move on.
thing.
Yeah, that nostalgic shit. And we got to grow the fuck up. Hip hop is almost over 50 years old. And a lot of us have grown up and a lot of us have not. And you see it by some of the things that guys say and act. And every day you see, because of social media, people that haven't been relevant for 20 years can have a microphone.
Yep.
If it's not like Jules Santana recently saying that young black kids don't need to learn how to read. Or if it's, it's just constant people just saying stupid shit on social media because they have a microphone. And otherwise we would never hear from because they're not relevant. And that's the problem with social media, is giving everybody, even irrelevant niggas, a microphone. Hell, it's giving us a microphone. It gives everybody a microphone, a platform to speak. And I think that has made things a million times worse than what it was back then. Because again, it's instant reaction to shit. It used to be where if a shit happened on a Friday, you had to wait till Monday to hear people talk about it. Now something happens, you hear people talking about it minutes after it happens. Niggas jump on Facebook Live, niggas jump on TikTok, whatever, and they speaking about it. There's just too much of this. There's too much noise. that makes everything worse. And the battling aspect, it's just not needed now. It's not needed. I'm sure the people that enjoy it, I know y'all enjoy it. I don't give a fuck about it no more because there's no benefit. There's no benefit to hip hop for it anymore. There's no benefit. It doesn't push the culture forward. And at this point in time, hip hop as a whole needs to be pushed forward into anything better than the shit that's going on today. So, yeah, when he speaks, there's a lot of weight to it. And again, I thought what he said was highly thought out and made a lot of sense to me because it's some shit that I've been saying recently. So,
Okay.
I know I went a little long, but
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I'll go to Kurt. Kurt, what are your thoughts?
Stan been saying it for the longest. You know, me personally, Reg, I'm like you. I want battling to exist, competitive rapping. I do want it to exist. I do think it's, I'm not going to say it's a necessity, but it's a part of the game, you know? So I love battle rapping. I do. I like two MCs going at each other competitively. Me saying, you suck at this, you said, I suck at this, and you put yours on wax, I put mine on wax, and we put them out for the world to hear. I watched the URL. Like, you know, I would rather watch a URL battle than listen to a lot of the music that's out right now. Now, the thing about the URL, once those dudes finish battling, they smoking weed and drinking with each other in the back. It ain't like I'm going to battle you and then I'm going to go on. I mean, leading up to the battle, you know, they do their face-offs and all that like boxing. But as soon as that battle is over, it's like, all right, bro, good job. You know, we're going to let the fans decide who won. You know, I think, to be honest, the battle rap is the most healthiest way of competitive rapping. Those guys, they say they load stuff online, but for the most part, it's just about the bars. You got to step up there with bars. But then when you look at the mainstream, you know, as Stan was talking about how toxic this shit is. I don't like the toxicity. Listen, I thought Nas won the battle, but I was still banging Blueprint. It's niggas that thought Jay won the battle, but they love Stillmatic. You understand? We didn't allow, like, I was a Nas guy, and just because he was going at Jay, I wasn't going like shit on Jay. Like shit, Jay that dude. Like he been that dude. I was actually a Jay-Z fan up until Takeover came out. And my people was like, bro, Nas about to kill him. And I was like, ain't no way. And you know, I was smoking with the older cats and they started putting me on with Nas. And I was like, I had never heard I Gave You Power. You know what I'm saying? I had never heard shit like Project Windows. Like I got put on to Nas because of the Jay battle. You understand? So I just don't like, and I think it goes too far. Like that Meet the Grams, like telling the nigga mother you failed, telling the nigga father you failed, telling that nigga son your father gonna be a failure. So when you get older, you can come talk to me. Like I see, that's the shit you get punched in your face for. Like Nas and Jay was about bars and their careers. Is it Dame Diddy, Dame Daddy, or Dame Dummy? Oh, I get it. You Biggie and he Puffy. Jay turned right around and say, yo, and the last one was Illmatic. That's one hot album every 10-year average. Like they was actually like going at each other. Now Jay did say he left condoms in the baby seat. And Nas did say, Foxy kept you hot because you kept your face in a puss. Now you think you're getting girls now because of your looks. It was a little back and forth. But for us as hip hop fans, we was just so happy to see two titans go at it. And it didn't affect, like Santa tell you here, Jay, he loved Jay, but he not going to shit on Nas. I tell you, I love Nas. I'm not going to shit on Jay because they both was great. When niggas start acting like they wasn't dancing to Drake songs for the last 10 years, when they start acting like they wasn't going to Drake concerts for the last 10 years, When they start acting like they wasn't bumping this nigga every fucking day for the last 10 years because he lost the battle, that's why I draw the line at. Like, that's why I think that's where the toxicity comes into. It's like, let's hurry up and expose and cancel Drake. And I'm like, damn, how we gonna cancel this nigga? Like, yo, this is best I ever had. Baby, you the best. How we gonna cancel? Bro, how the fuck we gonna cancel yo with the Stay Scheming verse? Like, how we gonna cancel that all of a sudden? Yes. Did Kendrick win the battle? Yes. But how the fuck are we acting like this man ain't held us down for like 5 or 6? This man got like 80 albums out in the amount of times that, like, when you look at from the time Drake came out to right now, he has more albums than all them niggas in his generation. That man been working every fucking year. Yeah, he might be a little bit of he might be a culture vulture to some degree, but all them niggas he put on blew up the stardom. All them niggas got bigger. Future was already huge. He was already a monster. Once him and Drake did that Jumpman, bro, that got him fans in Canada. You see what I'm saying? Like, Drake does, so even though he might be, what I'm saying, it's an even exchange. Because no, I don't know your lingo and you put me on. And because you put me on the lingo, I'm going to put you on with a bunch of other fan bases. You're going to get a whole demographic of fan bases just because I'm singing on your hook. So it was like an even exchange, but we acting like Drake ain't that. You know, I think about what happened to Ja Rule. Like, bro, niggas act like that man wasn't on the top 100 Billboard for years before that battle. As soon as 50 Cent started talking that talk, everybody said, bump Ja Rule. You know what I mean? And we just did a Ja Rule 50 Cent tournament thing, and Ja got hella great songs, and we just forget that. And then let's take it a step further. Not only do they act like you ain't great, but now let's talk about your kids. Let's talk about you as a father. Let's talk about you as a man. Like, damn, that shit is a lot. So it's like I'm caught in the middle because I want the Beanie versus Kisses. You know what I'm saying? That was a great battle. I want to see Nas versus Jay. I want to see Kendrick versus Drake. I love competitive rap. I do. But if it's going to come at the cost of like throwing away great artists that actually do say shit, like Drake actually does make great music. Like, so we're going to throw all that away simply because you think Kendrick won a battle? Like, I don't like that. And then not only that, I hate this. Oh, since you talking about him, now I can talk about him. Kendrick went at Drake. A whole bunch of artists went at Drake. T.I. going at 50. Now all of these other niggas, Pat Poose and all these other niggas going at 50. Like, it's like, let's just compile as much bullshit as we can to suppress who you are to get rid of you. Like, and that shit is bullshit, bro. These niggas this man especially like, when you think about Drake and Ja Rule and their situations, like these niggas was touring the world with our culture. Like, Ja put our culture with that, what do I do? But Case, yo, that's played all in the corporate world. Like, if you go like to those white parties, they playing that song. Like, Ja Rule had put our music in certain demographics that was not there. You know what I mean? Drake put our music in certain demographics that was not there. And we just gonna act like they didn't because they lost a battle. Like, I hate. Jay and Nas, they battled. Boom, let's get to the music. Blueprint drop. Stillmatic drop. Blueprint 2 drop. Godson drop. You know what I'm saying? Black Album drop. Streets Disciple. Right after that battle, they got right back to the music. You know, and now it's hard to get right back to the music because it's so much toxicity that you don't even want to put nothing out. Drake put out a hard-ass freestyle when he was sitting in front of the fire after that battle, and that shit was hard. Niggas just act like it didn't happen. Like, all right, but that shit was hard. So let's just, like, I wish we could let niggas get back to the music, bro. That's what I'm saying. Let him get back to the music, bro. Because, bro, Drake got a great catalog. What if Kendrick lost? Like, we would be shitting on Good Kid, Mad City right now. Are you serious? Like, so I don't like the toxicity, and I love that Jay spoke, because when Jay speak, he does have a voice. When that nigga said death for auto-tune, that shit died, nigga. Like,
No,
we
it
ain't
didn't.
really, man, that shit died, nigga.
No, it
We
didn't.
ain't seen T-Pain in years after that, almost. Where
But
T-Pain
auto
been
Yeah,
at?
tune, auto tune
it
didn't
pretty
go
much
anywhere.
did. It pretty much did die because at that point it was getting out of
No, it
hand,
didn't.
and
I ain't
And
gonna
we
argue.
people
needed
still out.
somebody to say fuck
It
that
didn't.
shit.
I
And
mean,
Jay
people
was
were
the
still
perfect
using
nigga
it.
to say fuck that shit. That's what I'm
People were
saying.
still. I mean, people were still using it,
People still
but for the
using it.
most
It didn't kill
part, it was at that point it was getting out of hand. Like everybody was using it, and it was people like Lil Kim who have no business using it was using it,
Lil
and
Wayne
like
was using it. All them niggas, and that
yeah,
nigga said death for auto-tune, a lot of them niggas stopped using it. So I feel like being that Jay said this, hopefully it changes something so we don't get as much toxicity, because we need competitive rap. Competitive rap is at that. Bro, how you think the shit started? Like, niggas, we think Shawtown Roxy and LL Cool J and Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, Heavy D and all them niggas, Tretch, Naughty by name. You think them niggas ain't never been on street corners? Like, hey, yo, look at this nigga Reggie. I said, that's what they did, bro. Like, Reggie, even me and you had a battle. We was homeboys. And me and Reggie battled. It was just a part of it. I didn't want to fight Reggie afterwards. Well, I ain't gonna lie, you did say some shit that made me want, you know what I'm saying?
You like Wales, and that's
We got the
and,
bug, but it didn't make me hate Reggie. It didn't make me dislike. We was just battling. And nobody in the classroom was like, yeah, I'm a Reggie nigga, so fuck Kurt. Or yeah, I'm a Kurt nigga, so fuck Reggie. Like, it didn't happen like that. So I just wish we could let these guys get back to the music, because I want to hear this. I want to hear Drake's Stillmatic. Hopefully Iceman is his Stillmatic or his blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Like, or his blueprint too. Or you know what I mean? Like, just give me some good music. But we can't get the good music because people are being so toxic that these artists probably don't even want to come out. So I just don't like the toxicity that comes around it. And I'm thankful that Jay said what he said. And hopefully, because I don't think battle rap should die. I do not want diss tracks to die. I don't. I just wish we could just appreciate it for what it is and let these guys get back to the music.
yeah, man. I hear everything y'all said. I agree with pretty much everything y'all said. I agree with what Jay-Z said, man. And it's one of those things that, when Jay-Z said it, one part of it of the clip that I actually didn't play, I'm not sure where it was in the interview, is when he talked about the pillars of hip hop. And he was talking about how, like, your pillars was graffiti, was breakdancing,
The
battling,
DJ,
the DJ, excuse me. And you think about it, like, do those pillars of hip hop exist today? Somewhat, but are they really relevant today? Not really. So it's like when we say that, the battle is part of hip hop and it can't go anywhere. Well, I'm sure back then they said these elements can't go anywhere and they've gone. So when you look at it that way, you could make a case that maybe we don't need battles in the culture anymore. But as I just can't quite get there. I just can't.
me either.
I just can't quite get there, man, because you know, battles, you think about, the battle really started in 1981 when Kumo D got on stage in Dis Busy B. And that really was the first time, because even prior to that, you still had battles. But back then, it was a battle to see who could rock the crowd the best. You do your show, then I do mine, and we say who won, who rocked the crowd the best. Kumo D was the first person that I could be wrong on that. So if my hip hop thing is wrong, somebody in the comments check me. But I feel like when Kumo D got on stage and Dis Busy B, that was the first time it was a no. I'm not just rocking the crowd. This guy over here is trash.
Yep.
Okay. I think that was the first time when we got that. And from then on, it's just part of it, man. It's part of the hip hop. And I understand what y'all are saying about the toxicity. See, I don't look at it like the actual battle itself is the problem. It's the fans. It's the
Right.
stand. That's the problem. The actual battle itself, in terms of how disrespectful it is, that's just part of it. That's part of battling. Like, it just is. Like, we can go back as far as you want to go, and you're gonna find something where it's like, dang, he really said that. You know what I mean? You talk about Jay-Z and Nas, you know that battle at some point started to get a little far. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about within the music, right? Like,
Right.
look, let's not act like it didn't happen. Nas planned to go on Summer Jam and get a dummy of Jay-Z and lynch it. Okay, that's what he planned to do. You can find online a video of what he planned to do. Okay, that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just part of it, man. So I can't say, it's almost like, remember when you was younger and there was like a toy that you had, that you and your friends was playing with a toy, but y'all couldn't play with it right? There's nothing wrong with the toy. It's that y'all not playing with the toy
Playing
right.
with it wrong.
And then your parent like, all right, well, can't nobody play with it because y'all can't play with it right. That's kind of what it is, because now the fans can't enjoy the battle the correct way. So now you do have to wonder if maybe it just needs to go, because people can't consume the battle correctly. You talk about URL. Bro, URL and King of the Dot, man, you talk about going too far. Them dudes go too far all the time. Like,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they just
they shake
they're
hands.
going too far. Ain't really
Yeah.
like trying to expose you. They just trying to
Yes, they
say
do.
enough to
No, yes,
kill
they
you.
do.
I
Yes,
mean,
they
of course,
do.
it's going to expose you if you talk about how bad a father is or whatever. But they do it. But they doing it knowing that you're going to do that. Like when you step into the battle arena, niggas is going to talk about everything in that
Yeah,
arena. It's known
exactly.
for that. Like
Yeah.
diss tracks and artists, like we don't know Kendrick Lamar for being that. You know what I'm saying? We don't know Drake for being that. We know Arsenal for being that. That's what they do. So I don't know. I think that's different though, Reg, the
Is
URL.
it?
Because
Is
the
it?
The
I
niggas touch
thing
think
is,
mics at the end and they cool.
they
the
do
thing
that.
is,
That's where I agree. Go ahead, Stan.
the competitive battling is a different. That's competitive. That shit is different. That's
That's
a
different.
different subgenre of the culture. That's different from what you're seeing when these dudes get up here and make records about each other and get on these podcasts and do this whole act. That's corny. The competitive battling is a wholly different. That's a different thing. It's a
Yeah.
different subgenre of hip hop. I don't particularly have a problem with it, but I'm not interested in it. I don't have a problem with it. If that's what you want to do, cool, but it's not my area of interest. I just don't care about it. But I don't have a problem with it. I got a problem with these dudes getting on these songs and making songs about niggas' families and niggas' kids and trying to tear down their characters and putting it out there for the world to see. The competitive stuff is, like I said, it appeals to a segment of the fan base. And yeah, that's what the thing is. It's competitive. That's
Right.
what you're doing. You're battling the nigga. Not what these other dudes are doing, not these dudes getting up on these platforms and on these podcasts and talking shit about people. And it's like,
And it's like I'm not the difference between battle rap and this diss tracks is even though I'm exposing certain things, I'm not trying to assassinate you. I'm just trying to kill you on stage. These niggas is trying to in the industry, they're trying to assassinate you. They're
there's
trying
just
to
no.
stop your money. They're trying to make you look crazy.
I'm sorry,
There's
though. I
no.
just feel like battles are toxic, and battles have always been toxic. I just don't. It's hard for me to separate and say that now it's toxic. It was toxic back then too. I guess the difference is that social media is the difference. Social media is the clear difference here. But like, we can't
That's
sit
what I
here and
said.
act
Social
like,
media.
yeah,
Yeah, social media has amplified everything and made everything worse.
1000%.
And the bigger other thing is like subliminals. Niggas ain't they don't know how to do shit like that. Yeah, you go back and look at whatever, you know, rappers used to do subliminal. Biggie was the king of subliminal disses. Destiny lays in my hands, Gat lays in my waist. Like that's a subliminal shit at Nas that nobody, if you didn't know, you didn't know. But if you did know, you did know.
And technically, that's too far. He bringing up the his,
Is it? Yeah, yeah. Is it? Yeah,
technically,
but
that's too
at
far
that
too. Even
time,
if
it
it's
was.
subliminal. Yeah,
At that time, I mean, it was so subliminal that nobody really got it. Because yeah, most
Yeah.
people they know Nas' daughter was named Destiny. I knew that, but he did, and he said it, and it was like a wink to Nas, like, "Yeah, I see you, and I got you. I'm gonna get you again the next time I get a chance to." You know, but no, it's just a different time now to me. To me, at the end of the day, it's a different time. It's a different era. And this generation of kids have no respect for hip hop, no respect for the culture, no respect for the history, no respect for the pioneers, none of that stuff. So they don't understand what it's supposed to be. They don't understand that when it's done, you shake the nigga hand and you say, "You got me, we're good." That doesn't exist now. Now you got these two niggas like Kendrick and Drake that just kind of in their own little areas, and you got their own pockets of fans, and
but Stan,
you know,
it didn't exist then neither. Like it wasn't like Jay-Z and Nas shook hands right afterwards. Like I just said, Nas wanted to go on stage and hang a dummy at Jay-Z.
I'm
But they
aware
was
of that.
beating
I'm
niggas
aware
up.
of
They
that.
was beating DJs up. They was beating DJs up for playing Ether. Remember niggas
No.
talking about it?
Yeah.
No. I'm very much aware that there was a violence. There was a violence element to this shit because you had people on the outside or people who were around him, but not prominent members of these guys who were taking it too far. And yeah, we saw
Right.
that. We saw plenty of times. We saw whatever happened with Game and camp between Game and 50s camps and niggas shooting.
Somebody got shot. Yeah.
Somebody got
Yeah,
shot.
but it wasn't but it wasn't us shooting each other. The fans.
Agreed.
See, now
I
it's the
agree.
fans that niggas that's a like, okay, Stan is a rapper, right? Stan is the rapper. Me and you, we in his entourage. He's the one that brought us up. Like, he's the money maker. You know how I go, one to make the money, the other watch his back. So if some shit going down with Stan and the nigga he dissing is right there and they running their mouth, of course, man, you gonna say something to him. But I don't expect a fan in fucking Biloxi or a fan in Tallahassee to be beefing with their next door neighbor over this shit.
Right.
Niggas is beefing with their next door neighbors over this shit now. They're beefing with niggas they go to school with, niggas on their jobs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was never like it was so serious that we had to ride for Jay-Z or we had to ride for Nas. It was just like, damn, Nas scorched him. Damn, Jay-Z just shitted on him. All right, yo, play that Blueprint. And we're good.
Yeah, and that's where
that's
where I agree.
There was definitely a violent aspect to the stuff back in the day because a lot of the artists back in those days, a lot of these niggas were straight off the street, bro. And that street mentality still existed amongst a lot of the rappers back then. And you saw it with look, the stories, we know what the stories are. Whether it's Big Pun kidnapping a DJ, if it's not
Redman and Prince fighting 20 niggas in the alley.
Yeah, if it's not Biggie beating up a promoter, if we're not paying them money, there's stories out there of violence in the culture between artists because these niggas are still halfway in the streets. Nowadays, these guys are not like that because these guys are they learn. You would think they've learned from these, from the past, and it's different artists now. The mindset's different.
Yeah,
but at the same time, like I said. To me, there's a line between competitive battling and attacking niggas' families, attacking a nigga's big girl, a nigga's child, parents, friends, sick friends. It's like this just seems like the niggas don't care about lines anymore, and it becomes personal.
I think the landscape of battles changed. And again, no disrespects, I love Pusha T, but I think the landscape of battles changed when the Story of Adion came out. Because I feel like the Story of Adion was a diss record where it's on some TMZ shit. we exposing the fact that he has a son. You doing you digging up dirt. I feel like back, and of course he also had the line on there. He was talking about 40 Drake's DJ having an illness. He has MS. And I said then, like, all right, that bar was too far. Now, look, don't get me wrong. Story of Adion is a great diss record. I think it's one of the greatest diss records, but I feel like that was when it changed to, nah, it's on some TMZ. You got to go.
Yeah, you got to spill the tea.
You got to spill the tea. Exactly. Back then, when it was battles, it was, I'm just going to talk about what's in front of us and diss you about it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not going to go find some information and put that. That's like we hiring private detectives or some shit to do battle rap now. Like, what are we doing? Like that's really when it started, right? That was kind of that jumping the shark moment, I think, when it comes to battle rap. You know what I mean? So yeah,
and that's why I say Kendrick and Drake, although it's the biggest battle, it's the softest battle. Like when I think about Beanie and Jada, them niggas was boom, boom, boom. When I think about Nas and Jay, they was boom, boom, boom. When I think about Kendrick and fucking Kendrick, it's like a cat fight. Like
I don't know about that.
Like that little cat, like it was so much. I feel like they was like, it's like a cat fight. Like, oh, guess what I know about your baby mother? Oh, guess what I know about your family? Oh, guess what I know. That's what it felt. It felt like an old drama battle. Like Jada came straight off. Listen, when I first met you, you was on my dick. First, Jay gave you his own Bentleys. Now you want some shit. This is boom, boom, boom. I'ma hurt you kiss. This nigga sweeter than a Hershey kiss. Boom, boom, boom. It might be A minor.
No, dog. I don't agree with that.
No, them little ass cat nap. No, that shit was.
No, they was punching. Drama. Kendrick and Drake was punching, dog. We can't say that Euphoria was no cat nipping, bro. Like Euphoria.
They
try not to get their face scratched. They try not to get their face scratched.
Nah, they were throwing punches at each other. It just the like Reggie said, it wasn't so much the artist as it was the stands around them.
Yeah, it's the fans, man.
You know, it wasn't so much them, but again, what has made this what it is too toxic has been the people, the people around it, the social media aspect of it, which has made everything toxic now. Anything that you think about, whether it's Jordan, LeBron, if it's Kobe, LeBron, if it's rap, if it's politics, everything has become super toxic because social media has given a microphone to idiots. And because it's done that, now idiots get on there and say whatever stupid shit that comes to their mind. I read this shit all the time, bro. I'm on it all the time, and I see this as the dumbest shit that you can think of about whatever you want to talk about. Whatever, whether it's sports, music, wrestling, politics,
see, I don't mind
culture.
Debates, though. I don't mind debates.
Debate is one thing. When someone gets on there and says some stupid shit that makes no sense whatsoever, but I'm just going to say it because it's going to get me attention. I'll come on here and I'll say, hey, man, you know what, man? I don't think LeBron's a top 10 player of all time. And you're just like, yo, shut the fuck up. You're just saying dumb shit to get engaged. You're just saying dumb shit.
But even that's going to be subjective, though, because, like, you know, y'all know, I think Drake won the battle. I think Drake had better diss records than Kendrick did. But what someone would say is that he just saying that because engagement or whatever. That's stupid. You don't even know hip hop. That's the comments I got. I don't know hip hop because I thought that Drake had better diss records. You know what I'm saying? So even that's gonna be subjective to some people are gonna say that that's just saying something to get attention. You know what I mean? So, but getting back to Jay-Z and what Jay-Z said, the one thing I will say that makes Jay-Z a hypocrite. This is the one problem I have about Jay-Z though. He said what he said about how the toxicity of it and all that stuff about battles, but you still put Kendrick Lamar up there on Super Bowl Sunday to call a man a pedophile. So
no.
Yeah, you did.
He put Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar was at the Super Bowl because he was the hottest artist in the country at the time.
Right.
And why is that?
It doesn't matter why.
It doesn't matter why. regardless of how
No.
you felt about the album was popping everywhere. GNX was out there.
Come on, guys.
So-
Don't do that. Y'all know good and damn well the reason why he was popping at the time is because of Not Like Us.
I'm not mad. I'm not.
Like you're lying.
Listen, Reggie. I'm
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying about Not Like Us. But even if Kendrick doesn't have the whole Drake and Kendrick battle doesn't even happen to elevate him, he's still a legit candidate for a Super Bowl.
He
performance.
is. He is.
That's
but
what I'm saying.
Why,
Like,
but he
it ain't
is.
like
But that's why
you know
he
what I
got
mean?
it here, though. That's why he got it in here, though. And if you believe that toxicity is a problem, then I feel like it's hypocritical to book a guy who's going to call a black man a pedophile on Super Bowl Sunday. Like, how is that not hypocritical? If you feel that way,
Jay-Z addressed that though on the interview where he's like, I picked him because he was the hottest guy. We picked him because he's the hottest guy in the country. I'm not taking sides in this. I was like, nigga, like, y'all have at it, man. I'm Jay-Z,
said, I'm
man. What I
fucking
care about that
Jay-Z.
shit? Like, what I care about that shit?
I'm
You know what I'm
fucking
saying?
Jay-Z.
It's like,
Why do I
He's like,
care?
y'all niggas have at it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Like,
I hear
I
that.
just think I understand what you're saying, but no,
Yeah.
I don't think that plays a role in it because I think he picked him because he was the hottest dude in the country at the time. Now,
Yep.
whether you want to say he was the hottest dude in the country because of Not Like Us, which is a song aimed at Drake, okay, that's
Yeah.
I get it, you know.
But you can't have it both ways. You can't say it's toxic and can't say that it's too far and it's attacking a man's character. You can't say that, but then in the same breath, book a guy to go on stage and broadcast it to an even wider audience on Super Bowl Sunday. You can't have it both ways, dog. That's the problem I do have with what Jay-Z said.
I get what you're saying, Reggie. I do. I get what you're saying. But Kendrick didn't have to do that.
But he did.
He didn't have to do Not Like Us. Bro, this
But he
man
did.
got 1,000 songs. I mean, I get what you're saying.
He did.
But
Yeah.
like, I think it's a bad example simply because even without all that shit, Kendrick Lamar is legit. Okay.
Of course.
And then, like I said, now I'm not mad that he's elevated, even though his last couple albums is due to me. I'm not mad that he elevated now because he should have been that for To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City. So it's like he's just getting the respect that he's owed. However, like, bro, what? So what? He signed Bad Bunny because Bad Bunny was dissing the nigga, or did he put Shakira up there because she was? No, you go with who's the biggest artist at the time, who's going to be the biggest draw. Yes. Now, okay. So if he don't have Kendrick up there, who the fuck else was he going to put up there?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Go
I haven't
with
seen
who's
the artist,
hot.
but I'm
I'm
not
saying,
mad
who
at
was
Kendrick.
hotter
being
than
up there.
Kendrick?
Who was hotter? Nobody. At that time, nobody.
There it is. It don't matter if because he dissed Drake. It don't matter because he put out the Heart 7. It don't matter if because him and Dr. Dre got a remix. It don't matter why. Who gives a fuck why?
Okay.
This is the biggest artist. This is going to be the biggest draw. And it's actually my culture. That nigga Jay-Z cannot go right for a Super Bowl, bro. He can't, bro. He put Shakira up there, niggas get mad at him. He put Bad Bunny up there, niggas get mad at him. He put Kendrick up there, niggas get mad at him. Like, bro, he just, no matter who he put up there on the Super Bowl, bro, they always say something about him, bro. So I don't really think he was contradicting himself. I just think Kendrick was the biggest artist, and it didn't matter why. Even if Kendrick didn't say A minor, and he was that big, he'd have still been up there, dog. I get what Reggie's saying though. You talk about the toxicity and you put the toxicity on the biggest stage, but I think that was by default though. I don't think it was like yeah, yo, go do that shit. I think it was more like, all right, yo, you arrived. This is your platform. I think it happened by default. I don't think the toxicity or the Not Like Us played into what Jay wanted to happen. I just think, like, by default, at the time, it
was
would
the hottest
it
song
had.
in the country. It was the hottest song in the country, whether we like
I
it or
think it's
not.
by default, though, Reggie. I get what you're saying, but I think that was by a default, bro. Who else was he going to put? Like, who else was he going to put there, Reggie? Like you go for the number one.
It made business sense, and Jay-Z is about business. That's what he's about. You know, at the end of the day, that's what it is. And again, he was the hottest guy in the country. Not Like Us is the hottest song in the country, regardless of what you think about it. It's the hottest song in the country. So made sense to have him there. But I understand what you're saying, though. I do.
I do
because-
too. I understand your point, Reggie. I definitely
But we,
do. But I just think it was by
we all
default.
contradict us. We all contradict ourselves at times, sometimes because we like certain things. So
Okay, let's leave it there.